Upshaw on the outside. Until now, the Baltimore Ravens traded up with the Minnesota Vikings to select Upshaw as the third pick of the second round of the NFL Draft. Courtney was the 35th overall pick of the draft. The 6'2", 272-pound Upshaw becomes the fourth tied defensive player taken in the draft and the fifth player overall. Checking out your SEC baseball scores. You see there, Alabama gave up a Greg Matthews solo home run in the 8th inning to lose the weather-delayed Game 1. Then in Game 2, South Carolina scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to pull out the 12-11 victory. Heartbreaking for the Tide. In other games, Auburn takes Game 1 over Tennessee 12-5. The Gators squeak out the 1-run victory over the Hogs. The Wildcats take Game 1 in Nashville. Austin Nola hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th to give LSU the 6-5 victory. And the Bulldogs win the Battle of Mississippi 4-0. Rumors swirled all week about if and when Phillip Sims would transfer from Alabama. Well, today, Sims made it official. He has decided to transfer following the completion of the spring academic semester. The Chesapeake, Virginia native played in 8 games last season, completing 64.3% of his passes for 163 yards. He redshirted in his first year at Alabama in the fall of 2010. Now, Phillip released a statement saying, "This was a very difficult decision because I've had a great experience at the University of Alabama, and I'm thankful for the opportunity this program provided me." He said the reason for him leaving is nothing more than a personal matter and that he just needed to be closer to home to support his family at this time. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock p.m., the Alabama gymnastics team will be honored in a celebration ceremony for 1 hour to commemorate the Tide winning their 2nd consecutive national championship and the program's 6th overall inside Coleman Coliseum. Just like Nick Saban, Sarah Patterson was asked if she deserves a statue of her own, and this is what she had to say.
But I have to go back to what I said to the reporters in 1988 when we won our first championship, and that was, you know what, they were trying to compare me to Coach Bryant winning and the University of Alabama in football. And I just said, and I go back to that moment now, here all these years later, you know, if in some small way we can be a part of the legacy and history and tradition at the University of Alabama, then, you know, that's all I've ever really wanted.
And the Alabama softball team scored 5 runs in the first inning, and then Amanda Locke hit a 3-run blast in the second to help the Tide defeat the Ladybacks 13-6. Jackie Trena threw a complete game to earn the win in the circle. TA hosting Monroe Academy in the deciding 3rd game of the series. Trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd, the Knights get something going as William Heath singles to left, scoring Parker Farley cutting the lead to 2. 2 batters later, Kyle Andrews hits into the fielder's choice. That's okay because that scored Gregory Taylor, tying the game at 3. However, the Knights were not done scoring as Clay Thomas delivers the single through the left side, plating Kyle Andrews as TA would score 5 unanswered runs in the inning and then went on to get 3 more in the 4th. And they go on to get the victory by a final score of 9-4, and now will host Prattville Christian Academy next Wednesday in a doubleheader for the start of round 2. ACA hosting Red Bay tonight in Game 1 of their 2nd round series. Top of the 3rd, Red Bay trailing 2-1, but they are threatening with runners on the corners. However, ACA pitcher Kyle Smelly strikes out Austin Thorne on a wicked slider to retire the Tigers. Then in the 4th, Red Bay had runners on 2nd and 3rd looking to take the lead on one swing of the bat, but Kyle Smelly again shuts the door on that by striking out Austin Malone. Moving to the 6th right there, Landon Sartain hits the ball off the pitcher's leg and it goes into shallow left field, allowing pitch runner Andrew Fowler to score on the play as the Patriots take Game 1 by the final score of 3-1. They also win Game 2 to clinch the series 14-2. Other playoff scores to pass along. You see in Class 1A, Holy Spirit loses 2 close games on the road to Fayetteville. Berry is also eliminated in 2 games by South Lamar. In Class 3A, Sipsey Valley and Marbury split their series and will play a deciding 3rd game tomorrow at 2 p.m. Winfield eliminates Carbon Hill in 2 games. Class 4A, Bibb County is eliminated in 2 games by Beauregard. And in Class 4A, you see that Brookwood and Chilton County split their series, so they will play a deciding game tomorrow as well on Saturday. and that's a look at sports. More news right after this.